Who is at the center of every significant event at Playtime Co? Sporting red hair and a blue dress, this is the tragic story of Poppy Ludwig. Hey guys, Mr. OG here. In this video, we'll be piecing together everything we can find out about the doll-like experiment known as Poppy. Our story begins with the vision of one man, Elliot Ludwig. Elliot is a toy maker who wants to genuinely help kids everywhere, especially his daughter, Poppy Ludwig. Elliot starts Playtime Co. in the 1930s in Western Michigan, debuting a porcelain talking doll named Poppy that ended up kickstarting Playtime's rise to success.
I love you.
Over the years, Poppy Ludwig visited the factory and wrote about her adventures in her diary, even noting how she admired a little sailor toy. In the 1960s, Poppy became sick and Elliot began experimenting with Poppy gel to try and find a way to save his daughter, reaching an insane number of experiments and even rat testing as seen by experiment 814, where Elliot attempted to revive a dead rat in Poppy gel. Elliot had become obsessed, and he starts the Young Geniuses program at Playtime to try and solve the problem. The Young Geniuses program was supposed to bring on people that were very smart and very intelligent that could help him solve the problem, like Harley Sawyer. Elliot's daughter is believed to have died later, and he preserves her in Poppy gel. Elliot ends up getting divorced, and he adopts a mysterious boy known as Oliver that he turns into experiment 1006. The boy loses his sense of purpose over time as he realizes his existence is purely for the benefit of his non-biological dead sister, Poppy.
It was never about me. Never about my better place. It was for her. She's all you talk about.
Oh, my boy.
You don't get to call me that. Ollie's gone and I'm a test run on the prototype.
Elliot's 1007th experiment is his daughter Poppy, transferred into the porcelain doll, Poppy. It's revealed that Elliot was killed in Leaf Pierre's journal, and the prototype and Poppy were found following the Theodore incident at Playcare. Theorists believe that the prototype is responsible for Elliot's death. Following the discovery of these two experiments, the Playtime Co. factory begins to conduct experiments at a mass scale. 1006 isn't cooperative like his sister Poppy.
You thank me? Absolutely. I learn something new about you every day.
So he's locked in a room and Poppy is put through various experiments, even dissected at some point.
It's been weeks and weeks of taking things out and putting them back in and taking things out and putting them back in. Over and over and over. Nothing's ever gotten better, and it'll never get better.
It's important to mention that Poppy befriends a mysterious caller known as Ollie and expresses her concerns to him.
You're not nothing to me. You're Poppy. And talking with you like this, I know it doesn't make any of what they do right. It can't. But it makes me feel like a piece of me is still here.
It's also important to note that Elliot built a room for Poppy outside of his office. The room contained a case for Poppy to be displayed in. Facing various moral dilemmas, scientists and experiments hatch a plan to stage a rebellion and free the captive children experiments. After being released, the experiments decide to kill everyone in the factory. This incident would later be known as the Hour of Joy. During the Hour of Joy, Poppy runs around the factory horrified at what's going on and refuses to participate as the prototype has taken control. In a Chapter 4 VHS tape, she expresses her longing to be with her father.
I wish you were here, Dad. I could really use one of your talks right about now. You know what to say. When you were running this place, you always knew what to say. I miss you.
Poppy tries to leave the factory, but the prototype tells her nobody can ever leave, so she gathers a group of experiments that include Kissy Missy, Giblet, and Doughy the Doughman to rebel against the prototype. This action has ripple effects that lead to the creation of the safe haven, and to the prototype turning experiments wrong side out to instill fear and order. Throughout this toy war, Poppy bonds with Kissy Missy, who she deems to be a symbolic sister.
Let's be scared together. You and me. I hold on to you, and you hold on to me. Just like always.
Over time, the toy war throws Poppy in despair and ultimately leads to the prototype capturing her and putting her in the case that Elliot created.
Your orphans can never go free.
Otherwise, we'll be left with...
And in infinity will be lonely.
Only one way to make you see this.
No! No! Playtime! Please!
Poppy remains in the case for nearly a decade until the arrival of the player in 2005.
You opened my case.
After the player frees Poppy, she makes her way to Elliot's office to try to get the power back on.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. I was just trying to get the power back on.
Afterwards, she instructs the player to follow her to a pit and tells the player to trust her as she is suddenly kidnapped.
Listen, I'm going to need you to trust me.
The ex-employee follows her to discover that she's been taken hostage by Mommy Longlegs at the game station, who mocks Poppy as she believed she would be able to take the train straight to the front door to escape.
Mommy heard that Miss Poppy was going to just give you the train code to escape. Now, how is that fun?
The protagonist of Poppy Playtime defeats Mommy Longlegs and frees Poppy from a web above the game station, and she immediately provides a different side of her personality that we haven't seen before.
Did you kill her? Good. I'll board the train.
Once aboard the train, Poppy redirects the train to Playcare because she deems the player too capable to lose and expresses how she still needs our help.
You saved me. You are perfect. Too perfect to lose. I'm sorry. I can't let you leave.
The train crashes, and it's believed that Kissy Missy saved Poppy from getting hurt, and she loses sight of the player and decides to head to Playcare. Later, outside the porch of Home Sweet Home, Kissy Missy tackles the player and Poppy intervenes to save us.
No! Let go! They didn't do anything wrong.
She proceeds to explain to the protagonist about why she needs the protagonist in the first place and how Ollie will help us along our way. We defeat Catnap, and Poppy plays the Hour of Joy VHS tape to show us what happened to the coworkers we came back for.
I remember hearing every moment of it. It went on so long. So agonizingly long.
Then Kissy Missy places Poppy on an elevator-like platform and gets attacked while pulling the lever to send the player down.
No! We're coming! Just hold on!
Poppy gives the player some vague instructions and goes back to save Kissy Missy. Further into the player's journey through the prison, Kissy and Poppy pull them aside just in time to avoid the prototype. Poppy then leads them to the safe haven where she reunites with Doey, but is in a state of panic.
We need to get her help! Now!
Poppy? Is that really?
Staying behind to keep Kissy Missy company, it's revealed the residents of the safe haven feel betrayed by Poppy. Later on, she reveals her final plan to the player to blow up the factory to defeat the prototype.
The plan is this. We'll fill the foundation with smoke and line it with old mining charges. Then once you, me, and Kissy have freed the orphans, our friends here will blow this place sky high.
The player overhears Poppy arguing with Doey about her plan and how it doesn't seem like the right thing to do. The player then sets charges around the foundation as per Poppy and Ollie's instructions, and then mysteriously to everyone, the prototype grabs the charges and blows up the safe haven.
I let him away, didn't I? The generator's fine.
This leads to a battle between the player and Doey, where the player emerges victorious, Doey being subdued by his own rage, and blaming Poppy and the player for the destruction of the safe haven.
Not good enough! Not!
When reuniting with Kissy Missy and Poppy in the vents, Ollie reveals himself to have been the prototype this whole time and leaves Poppy in a state of shock and despair. Feeling scared to even think about going back in the case, Poppy leaves shelf ventilation block B6, with the player and Kissy Missy still inside, as a prototype explodes the block. Kissy loses an arm and gets separated from the player again as Poppy avoids the prototype and wrong-side Automals on her way to Sweet Street, where she's ultimately captured by Lily Lovebraids. Lily then captures Kissy and throws them both inside the cell in her basement. Lily later captures the employee as well, and Poppy pleads for their help once more.
It's you. You're alive. If you can help us get out, maybe find a lever or a key, anything.
After hatching a plan to rendezvous and escape from the attic, all three are captured and forced to attend Lily's tea party, where she mocks Poppy as they wait for the arrival of the prototype.
Oh, please take me out of my case. Oh, please rescue the orphans. Oh, please blow up the whole factory and burn everyone alive!
Once the prototype arrives, they immediately come to Poppy and begin arguing over the player and the orphans.
Where are the orphans?
She doesn't know.
I did.
But I had to.
Very.
A better place now.
I built us a home and kept us
Safe.
and you repaid me by
Bringing in an outsider.
Fed up with the arguing, 1006 picks up his sister and seemingly accidentally cracks her face. Lily makes a grab for Poppy, and the prototype smacks her, causing Kissy Missy to be freed, who then attacks the prototype and runs away with Poppy. The protagonist ends up defeating Lily Lovebraids and directs Giblet to Poppy, who now has half of her face missing.
How bad is it?
Everyone agrees to rendezvous again at the train station to the data center, where ultimately the negation formula is to defeat the prototype. Poppy and Giblet start the train after Huggy Wuggy and Kissy Missy are attacked by the prototype, and Giblet can be heard arguing with Poppy on the train as the player escapes the prototype's clutches. Eventually, Giblet grabs Poppy and jumps off the train. The train crashes into rubble, seemingly taking out the prototype, but he emerges from the destruction and stabs the player. Proceeds to drop them into a vat of Poppy gel and then kidnaps Poppy. And this is where the story of Poppy ends for now. Alright guys, now it's time to give my 2 cents on Poppy Ludwig, and honestly, at the start, I hated Poppy. I think Lily Lovebraid's tea party was kind of symbolic and cool in the sense that Poppy wanted Kissy Missy to be her sister, but it turned out that Ollie, or the prototype, was her adoptive brother. But over the course of the first couple of chapters, something about Poppy and how she was presented to us made her seem kind of manipulative, conniving, and ignorant. This feeling was further fueled by a quote from Harley Sawyer.
Poppy sold you her story, of course. Innocence is bliss. And she is oh so innocent. Did she tell you her part in the hour of joy? That she knew it was coming? Or did she leave out that crucial detail? Yes, that wouldn't surprise me. Has she not strung you along, betrayed you, and told you only what you needed to know to do exactly as she asked?
Overall, it seemed like Poppy used us and ditched us at the first sign of trouble. It wasn't until chapter 5 where my suspicions were laid to bed and Poppy showed her true intentions. She just wanted the orphans to be freed and to leave the factory, and the prototype's anger caused him to crack her face for being so defiant. But it did really change how I feel about Poppy. I think she's great now, and I hope the prototype hasn't turned her wrong side out somehow, even though she's like a porcelain doll, or maybe like somehow attached her to himself. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see in chapter 6. If you found this video interesting, consider smashing that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, comment down below your thoughts on anything I missed, and maybe share the video with a friend. This has been Mr. OG, signing off.